Good evening. It is 11:23 p.m. Central Time. This is the first vlog I've made since the night before my surgery. I've been doing a little documenting of our outings when we go out, but I haven't vlogged at all, which is unlike me. But I also have had a caregiver slash friend with me the whole time, and I've just been present with him, and I've just been laying on a couch healing. So, had my surgery Tuesday, had a great experience at UT Austin. Shout out to Lori, my nurse, who, oh my heart, she made it a great experience. I have trouble with vasovagaling, which is when you get an IV or maybe your blood drawn or a catheter removed where you get a little dizzy, sweaty. Sometimes you pass out. I do pass out. Sometimes I have seizures. It's a very bad, severe vasovagal response, and so I do not enjoy giving blood or getting an IV. So I always let them know it's my 6th surgery. It does get a little easier, but it also gets harder because you know what to expect each time. But had an amazing nurse. She made it great. I did not vasovagal at all. Did not flinch, and she didn't bruise me or anything. My little tiger guy I had in the hospital stage 1, he made it here in a box from my mom. So, yeah, I don't need to flash y'all. But surgery went well. When I woke up, first of all, it was just a great experience. I had my friend there, and then Lori really was just amazing, and she has a trans child herself, so that was awesome to find that out about my nurse. But the experience couldn't have gone better in terms of anxiety and just sensory stimulation and whatnot. So I really liked UT, and I hope my next surgery is there. And I hope Lori's my nurse. But basically by eliminating all that anxiety of having, being around all the dear patients and all that, and having it more private and chill, and just getting matched with like the best nurse ever, really made Tuesday as least stressful as possible. I'm also probably a little loopy on some pain meds, so forgive me. And I'm trying to fit 5 days into one. So wake up from surgery, my pain was probably at a 4 or 5. I felt so happy, so serene. You guys, it has been nearly 2 years since I started this phalloplasty journey, and I finally got my stage 2. I met up with a guy today that had his phalloplasty 1 year after me in August of 2023, and he just finished all his surgeries. He's already got his implants, he just got his erectile device placed, and while I never wish complications on anyone, it's tough. And he was really surprised to hear I had had stage 1 a full year before him and was just getting implants. And then I just kind of explained my timeline with all the strictures. So yeah, it's been a long time coming, and I know my journey hasn't been the worst, but I know others have it worse, but this is definitely not a competition. We're just here, we're all in the same boat, and so yeah, I'm circling all around. I'm super ADD and haven't vlogged in 5 days, so let's try to keep this short. So, woke up from surgery, was only about a 4 or 5 in pain, was feeling really happy, finally had my balls, just the look on my face. I'm just like so happy and serene, and if I remember to put it in, I'm gonna put it in here. I might just throw this up without editing too, so this might be the non-edited version. So woke up, felt good, came home, was out of it for a while, laid on this couch a while, went to the bathroom once, didn't really feel around for anything. Second time I went to go pee, I thought, oh, I need, let me look. And I looked, and I thought I was tripping, and I felt, and I thought I was tripping. I thought, did he say he placed 2 balls or 1? And I'm feeling my sac, and the right implant is most definitely halfway out. And I was like, oh no. So I'm like, that's wrong. Maybe I'm just, I was like 3 hours out of surgery. I thought I'm loopy as shit, right? So I go, I look, there's definitely a left ball. And I'm feeling around, my right ball had most definitely migrated from the scrotum. So within a few more hours, it was completely out of the sac. To say it was painful is an understatement. It was excruciating. I was telling my caregiver, not having an SP tube, I don't have a suprapubic catheter to pee. I did not have a urethroplasty, and I did not have a stricture, to my surprise, which is awesome. But I got scoped, and I am peeing better. But that was the surprise of the day. So that was the good news. Basically, I had 2 balls for all of 3 hours, and then I lost one. While it is not super common, it's not super uncommon. It's definitely not the most rare. It happens to 25% of patients that the ball migrates. But it's just an unfortunate complication. So it has not migrated back down. It has moved. It was kind of lodged. I don't want y'all to flash my dick. I don't want to flash my dick to y'all. I'm definitely a little loopy. It was kind of up in my perineum, up against my thigh. I could not sleep. I could not sit down, nothing, without it being terrible. And so I went into the Grand Center the next day, the day after surgery, got it checked out by Judah, and he said it was okay. And that's when he said a quarter of the people, unfortunately, lose an implant, or it migrates. And he said, just don't try to push it down yourself, wait for Santucci to do it. So I have to wait till this Wednesday, so 8 days post-op, for him to try to palpate it down. People keep asking me what's the plan. I don't know. I haven't talked to Santucci. I would assume if he can't get it down, that means either I have to have an emergency surgery, which I don't think he has time for, and I don't know if I have time for, but I think I would have to go home with it and wait for it to come out October 29th when I get my erectile device. I know people that this has happened to. They've had scar tissue form around the migrated ball, and it's extremely painful. I would like it removed. I don't want that in my body. It's not terribly painful anymore, but it's not comfortable. I might look into getting the surgeon down in South Florida at Tampa to remove it if Santucci can't do it before October, or if we can't get it down. But it's also ironic that it was the larger of the implants placed. I had a small place on my left, medium on my right. That is to make room for the bulb, which is going to be how you pump it. And of course, the one that I need to make room for, the side I need to make room on, that's the one that lost the ball. I honestly don't know if I've fully processed that I've lost an implant already. I've just had one complication after another. This has been a lot for me. And so it was, I don't know if I'm just in shock and like it's trauma, just like, oh, of course, if I had balls for 2 hours. I was so excited about going into my 40th birthday, which is next month, with balls, but I guess I will be excited about going in with 1 ball. So my 1 ball looks amazing. The implant feels harder than I imagined. I always thought it was more gummy-like from what people said, but the real star of the show is my glansplasty. He redid my glands. Let me get this down. Doesn't look that bad today. We did the graft site here. He took a strip here. We originally were gonna do it from here to wrap the head of my penis, but he came into the hospital that morning and said, I was thinking of maybe just taking it from here between your pelvic bones, because that's where I'm going to scar you for your next surgery. It's where my incision's gonna go. He said, why don't I just scar you twice in the same place instead of introducing some new scars to the body? I said, cool. I'm not particularly concerned with scarring, but it is nice that he's mindful about it. I'm more of like, hey, wherever the skin looks the most viable, the most healthy, let's take that and do it. So if you get in there and you want it here, cool. If you want it for my stomach, cool. You're the surgeon, not me. I got my MD online from China, and so don't trust what I have to say. So, but one thing I will say for Santucci, he is a genius, but he will also listen to what you have to say. He will take suggestions, and I like that he kind of laid that out there, and I was all willing to be a guinea pig. And when I woke up, I had a different nurse who was just as cool and awesome, and she was like, Dr. Santucci did something new with you, and he's going to do it for all his other glands patients. So I was like, cool. So, yeah, that was it's fun to be a guinea pig in a good way. And yeah, I guess he's going to use it, unless, of course, he has to place an SP tube, because I saw someone else he did that day, and they did the leg, and then someone else got this, and so that's cool. So I lost my ball. I'm still trying to just digest that, but I'm happy. I've had a great caregiving situation. He's still here till Thursday, so I've had a caregiver with me the whole time, and that makes all the difference. And he's a friend, and that's nice too. And then I knew one person in town when I was coming into town, but then I randomly got hooked up with another dude. We met him for coffee today at Mozart's. Shout out, what's up, Carver? And then another dude, Drew, who was in town from Alaska, and we've hung out twice so far, and that has been really fun. Meeting up with other dudes that are having surgery is really just a beautiful thing. It's such a unique thing to be able to message someone at 3 a.m. and be like, you up? Yeah, you up? And just talk for hours through that, like, I'm in pain, and, you know, it's the middle of the night, and no one else knows what it's like to go through 6 surgeries just to have, you know, what other people were born with. So it's really a unique experience, and it's a unique experience to be healing here in Austin. In every surgery so far, I have found someone in person to connect with. And so, that is really cool. Even when I was super sick last October, I met up with a dude from Canada, so that was cool. So this is at about 10 minutes. It's about going on 11 now. I don't want to keep droning on. Maybe I'll do a day-by-day breakdown later, but yeah, just managing the pain with pain meds, cannabis, and ice packs. And yeah, maybe I don't know how long that was open, so maybe this is a good sign to say sayonara. So yeah, I'm happy. I've got at least one ball when I turn 40. No stricture, which not having a urethroplasty, this was a lot to go through this surgery, but not having an SP tube makes it so much easier. And my glands looks amazing. I had it redone in October, but he only rolled it. Since doing the full skin graft, I cried when I saw it in the shower. I had to wait 72 hours, and so I unwrapped it on Friday. And it was just euphoric. Santucci, he is the penis genius, and so I feel really lucky to have him as my surgeon. And Dr. DeLeo did amazing for stage 1, but he is definitely great to have on your team. If you get UL and you have any kind of stricture or any kind of urinary issues, he is the guy to go to, so I feel lucky to have him. All right, capping it off at about 12 minutes. That feels pretty good considering I hadn't updated you guys in 5 days, but follow me on Instagram. I'm Charlie Warhol, and I do more like kind of throughout the day updating on my stories. So yeah, thank you guys for all the support. I hope that was not open the entire fucking video. Peace. Hope you guys have a great week.